Hi, I'm Alex Clansko, and I'm here with Stanton Barrett, driver of the number 88 Ford Mustang. Barrett has raced 25 races in the Cup Series between 1999 and 2020. Stanton, you've been racing at the highest level of motorsports since the early 1990s. What motivates you to continue and come back through the ups and downs?
That's a good question. I think just always love race cars and the complications of just building them and making them better, and then getting with guys and getting asked to coach and like develop. Getting into race car driving kind of got me back in more. I always raced a little bit, in Xfinity or ARC or something. So I got into the vintage racing from a friend of mine, Gil West, and that like I really like doing some of this stuff, and then I evolved into like coaching guys and then doing more. So maybe it's too much now, but it's always fun to come to the track and complexity of just trying to figure out how to make cars run fast.
What originally got you into motorsports?
Originally, my dad was a stuntman for Paul Newman and Burt Reynolds and stuff, and Paul had raced a lot. And then I used to go to the IndyCar races with him and my dad. And my dad did the Budweiser rocket car and went Mach 1 in that. And then Paul and Hal Needham and Burt Reynolds started a race team, and my dad drove a little bit. So it exposed me, but I was really young. I raced motorcycles and ski raced, and I didn't think I'd drive race cars until never. And then I wanted to fly jets and do other things. And then I went to school when I was 16 and then said, oh, I kind of like this. Was pretty good at it. And so then I just started working at race shops and just exposure mainly through Paul. And then my dad went to a little bit of racing and went to work for Rich Childress for a summer. And he got me in a sportsman car. And then the rest, that's what got me into it.
You've raced in NASCAR and IndyCar throughout your career. What would you say is the harder sport to race, IndyCar or NASCAR?
That's a complicated question. I guess, I wasn't with a great team. It was a new team and they struggled a lot. And the IndyCar is super fun. I really enjoyed it. As far as I think the complexity of NASCAR is a lot more intricate, not intricate, but it's very complicated in those cars in that series to be able to run well. And there's so much you can do because IndyCar kind of has a top certain parts you buy from the manufacturer, and they do a lot with it. But I think overall, when you look at stock car drivers or IndyCar drivers coming over to stock cars, they have a harder time than a stock car driver going over to IndyCar. I mean, they're all fun to drive if they're a good car. I really had fun. I raced IMSA a couple races. That was a lot of fun. But if I had a really good IndyCar, I'd probably go race an IndyCar.
You've also been a stuntman in a couple of different films. What stunts do you enjoy the most?
I don't know. I've been at it for 38 years now. Got like 300 plus film and TV credits. So I guess the fun ones are just engineering complex things that maybe other people don't understand or know, and just contributing to the effort of filming and making a successful stunt. So I don't do a lot of. I focus a little bit more on directing now. I still work in stunts for some buddies I really like, but back when I was younger, the harder, more complicated, more detailed was the funnest stuff. Those were the more dangerous stuff, but that's not why I want to do it. Just the complexity of being able to do something maybe that only a few people could do, or maybe nobody could do. Engineering that and doing it right, and doing it when it counted and under the pressure. That's the fun part of it.
All right, and that's it for me. Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully, our 88 Energy Ford Mustang rings it up. We'll see how it goes. It's a fun track. It's a lot. I've never raced here, so it's a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be.